Colin, was that a dirty play? Is Greg Popovich right?
Yeah, I believe what your history is. And I think we have all sorts of video that our staff has found over the last couple of hours. Zaza Pachulia is in this league, not because he's a gifted scorer, not because he's a remarkable rebounder, defender. He's in this league, same reason Bruce Bowen was in this league, because he can defend a little and he can do the things that the stars don't want to do. And we have a history of a guy, this is who he is. This is his history. And by the way, so we have a precedent, number one. And secondly, all players and all people get better at things over time. Don't think dirty players don't become better dirty players. He is a much more subtle dirty player. He is a much more clever dirty player, to the point that all of us now will either defend him or go, well, I can't really see it. This is what dirty players over a 10-year career, this is how it ends. That we argue and debate whether it's dirty, and he's going, all right, of course it was dirty.
Popovich took my argument and just expanded it. I agree. I don't care about intent. I care about the results. And you can be so goofy and so stupid and so out of control, you can do things that like what he did to Kawhi Leonard. And I don't really have time to debate what his intent was. I think he's been in the league long enough to know the dangers of his activity, of that activity, and it paid off for the Golden State Warriors last night.
I don't think it was a dirty play, and I think intent does matter in determining what's a dirty play. If I throw an elbow at your head, I know what's going to happen. My intent is to hurt you, okay? If on a closeout, I've been texting with, executives all day. I've seen it myself. This happens all the time. I mean, he went out there and just closed out on a three-point shooter. This is a 7-footer who's not used to guarding guys on the perimeter, who, as you said, is a little goofy and clumsy as it is, and I think it was just an unfortunate injury.
It was tough because Zaza has a history, but let's backtrack a little bit. Even with Popovich, you got Bruce Bowen, and before that you had Dennis Rodman, who teetered the line a little bit, okay? So to me, with Zaza, and I say this all the time, if Zaza came in and somebody was coming down the lane and he blocked him, hard foul, yes, I know you wanted to do that. On a 2-on-1 fast break, Zaza took somebody out. On the screen and roll, yes. But to tell me he slid over, I said, I'm going to plant my left foot under Kawhi's right foot to have him come down on it, it doesn't make sense.
I don't think that's what he did.
But this is what I'm saying. I don't think it was dirty, because I sprained my ankle coming across the lane and I stepped on somebody's foot. Jason Williams put his foot out there. Did he mean to do it? No, but I stepped on it.
How many opportunities?
But Jason was a physical, threw a lot of, this is the New Jersey, the Jason Williams in New Jersey, who threw a lot of elbows and played really physical. But that play, that particular moment, he stepped out with his left foot and I stepped on it. Wasn't intentional.
Jalen Rose and Danny Ainge have come out and acknowledged, yeah, we did that. Like Jalen's like, oh, I did it to Kobe. And Danny told Eddie House, our friend, oh, yeah, I did it all the time. So we have players, and these are good players. I mean, Danny and Jalen are good NBA players. And they weren't, Jalen was considered, I thought, more finesse than tough physical guy. Jalen did it. I think this happens in the NBA all the time. And I think like every other skill in basketball, I think Zaza is pretty good at it now.
Yeah, listen, I don't think he's sitting there, I'm going to break his ankle. I think what he's doing is, I'm going to make him think about me every time he shoots a jump shot and I'm his defender, that I might do this. You have to worry and think about it.
I think you're giving him too much credit. I think you're giving Zaza too much credit in the ankle. I'm telling you, I play with a lot of guys. A physical guy like that would rather hit you, would rather take you out with the foul with his body than do something like that. That's my opinion, being around tough guys who foul a lot, who have...
But is Zaza a tough guy or a dirty guy?
Well, okay, dirty guy, tough guy.
Lambeer was a tough guy.
Yeah, he was, and he was dirty. But they would rather you feel them than do something like that. That's my experience with guys that are post players that do that.
I also think with Pop, did he go on a rant like that after Bruce Bowen, who really is the king of the slide under? Because Pop came and waxed so self-righteous. Look at this.
Pop's a hypocrite.
I don't want to hear Pop talking about... I understand you're angry, you're upset that your guy got hurt, but you had the king of the slide under and also the karate kick on your team, and you loved it.
The culture has changed. The culture has changed. Again, back then, this wasn't a major issue.
That wasn't a major issue.
No. But again, we have been educated, and now they call fouls for it. look,
That was a foul.
It's like
that's what, they called a foul, and that's what it was.
They did it. They called foul.
But again, it's like Van Gundy saying, now we've been educated to the point this should be considered a flagrant foul. There's more attention on it. People know how much more. I just don't think what Bruce Bowen and what guys did back in the day, I don't think that applies to the standards.
But Bill Belichick pushes the envelope. If Belichick's upset with a coach pushing the envelope, you're like, settle down, Bill. Popovich has loved Bowen, loved Rodman. And by the way, to this day, his players are gritty and they're tough and they're physical.
Ginobili
and they get in your
is the king of
the
all
king of flops. That's who Popovich is.